Hi there, this is Love Johar. Thank you so much for tuning in this video and thank you so much for watching this channel. In this particular video, we will discuss about what are the important requirements of clause 4.2. If you are implementing ISO 27001 for the first time, this video is very important for you. And especially if you are a seasoned professional and you have been implementing ISO for a long time now as a consultant, still I would request you to watch this video because there might be some nuances that you might have missed out. So it will help you to understand this clause in a better way. So we'll understand in this video why is it important, why is clause 4.2 important, what are the benefits of clause 4.2, who is responsible for implementing, what are the requirements of clause 4.2, how to implement ISO 27001 clause 4.2, what is the purpose of this clause, how to pass an audit, and what will be the auditor checking when auditing this clause, what are the top 3 mistakes people make while implementing this clause. Along with real-time case studies, we'll see how this clause is implemented in a financial institution. Second case study will be around the legal and regulatory compliance in a healthcare company. We'll see how it happens. And third will be in a manufacturing company, how this clause is implemented. And fourth will be in a IT services company, how this clause is implemented. So with real-time case study examples, we will understand detail it into how to implement clause 4.2. Very important to understand needs and expectation of interested parties. Please watch this video very carefully so that you can get the most out of it. Thank you.
I am into the space of cybersecurity. I've been working with a paramilitary organization for last few years. So, in conclusion, I would say, I wholeheartedly recommend my teacher to anyone who would like to prepare for a serious exam or any other certification. His unparalleled dedication, hard work, and focus on fundamentals and conceptual learning make him the best teacher one could ever ask for. And I'm immensely grateful to his guidance and support. And I'm confident that his teaching will lead me to the success. So there you guys go, guys. If you're looking for someone who knows, what he's talking about, who knows how things fit in, who can lead you on the right direction, don't look anywhere else. I would highly recommend Love for all your cybersecurity, whether it's training or questions or understanding the concepts, or even coming to get your fundamental clears. So yeah, thanks, Love, and wish you all the best.
Okay, so let us now understand what is the importance of clause 4.2. So clause 4.2 is very important from an implementation perspective because it basically gives us an understanding between the alignment of the information security management system and the needs and expectation of the interested parties, right? So where we need to understand what are the interests and requirements of the interested parties. Interested parties can be categorized into the two different parts. One of the interested parties could be internal to the organization, and another parties would be external to the organization. Internal parties would be your internal to the organization, like your employees, okay, your head of departments, your senior management. All this will be internal parties. External parties could be your customers, your suppliers, your regulatory bodies, and all that would be external parties, right, who are external to the organization. Okay, so basically we need to understand that so that we are able to meet the legal, regulatory, and contractual obligations as well from a company standpoint. So what are the benefits of ISO 27001? Basically, once we identify all the interested parties, basically it helps us identify if there are any risk associated with stakeholders' needs and expectations. Accordingly, we can manage them proactively. So basically, it's a proactive risk management approach that this clause basically gives us. It's a proactive risk management approach and increased trust. Basically, once we understand the needs and expectations of the interested parties, our customers, our partners, they also see that we are actually committed towards the information security of our organization, so it builds trust as well. Compliance assurance, as I've already said, that once we do that, and it will be more clear in the case study uh, examples how it helps in the compliance as well. So who is responsible? Top management is responsible for ensuring that the needs and expectations of the interested parties are captured and identified and addressed within the ISMS. So, identifying all the relevant internal and external parties is very much important here. We need to identify them, and we need to identify the needs and expectations also, and accordingly, legal and regulatory obligations as well, and incorporate them. Last one is very important, incorporate them into the ISMS that we are building right now. Okay, How to implement basically is identifying and categorizing all the interested parties, example customers, suppliers, regulators, and gathering their needs and expectations and documenting them in a regular review manner. Okay, the purpose is simple: make sure that we identify all the potential risks and opportunities that are arising from the needs and expectations of the interested parties that we have. Okay, how to pass an audit? Basically, we need to document all the interested parties. We need to have maintain a list, their needs and expectations. We need to have clear documentation of this, and we need to make sure that we are basically continuously monitoring these documentation and how we are considering the stakeholder needs and expectations in the information security processes that we are creating basically in the ISMS that we are implementing as an organization, right? So, what will the auditors check? Auditors will definitely check that all the relevant interested parties have been identified or not, and accuracy and completeness of the documentation that you have. How well the needs and expectations you are integrating into your ISMS that you are preparing now. How you are incorporating those needs, and along with the different updates as well. Top three mistakes that people do is failing to identify all the relevant interested parties. Then sometimes not able to clearly identify who all interested parties are there. Okay, and after that, let's say once if they do that, then they forget it. They do not do it again. Ideally, it should be a continually performing exercise, but they actually lack of doing this at a regular reviews and regular intervals. Okay, because the needs and expectations basically evolve over time. This is very important. Okay, they keep on changing, right? So you need to make sure that you do it periodically, right? And third thing is poor documentation could be there, leading to issues during the audits, right? Now let us see case study how to implement this clause 4.2, how to find out the needs and expectations of interested parties, how to identify the interested parties, along with the implementation steps as well. So first example that we are taking here is a financial institution. Okay, a financial institution is trying to implement ISO 27001. As a financial institution, we have interested parties as customers, regulators, employees, and third party providers. So you can see that here we have a mix of internal and external both. Both types of interested parties are there. Now we need to understand what all are the needs and expectation of these interested parties. So first of all, you have customers. Customers mainly require that the secure transactions and data privacy should be there for all the data that they have, with the financial institution, their bank accounts, whatever information that they have is secure during the transactions as well as from a data privacy perspective. Secondly, you have a compliance with financial regulations like GDPR and PCI DSS. There is a requirement from the regulators. Definitely, we need to understand that there is a needs and expectations from a regulator standpoint. Then you have secure access to sensitive data, which is a requirement from the employees. Employees need to make sure that all the access to sensitive data is secured, so that there is proper accountability of who is accessing what in terms of information, right? After that, you have third party providers needs and expectations also, where they want you to make sure that you have proper contracts in place and adherence to data handling. It basically laid out in the contracts how the data will be handled, because here we are dealing with the personal data, right? So now coming to the implementation steps, how basically you implement this clause. You identify all the key stakeholders, you gather and document their specific needs, you regularly review and update the stakeholder register. Okay, this was case study 1. Now let's move to case study 2, where we have another example here. Now in this case, it's a healthcare company where we want to again implement ISO 27001. So let us see what are the interested parties in this case. So now here we have government healthcare regulators who are responsible for making sure that the proper governance is there from a regulatory standpoint, and you have patients also who are having their protected health information in this healthcare company. You have insurance companies also, medical insurance companies also, who are providing insurance to the patients here. So these three are the interested parties. Now let us see what are the needs and expectations of these interested parties. Here, for the regulators, you can clearly see that they need compliance from a HIPAA perspective, because for patient data protection, definitely there needs to be a compliance from a regulatory standpoint. From patients' needs and expectations, they need confidentiality and security of their protected health information that they have maintained in this healthcare company. And from an insurance company standpoint, they need a secure exchange of patient data. whenever they are exchanging any information with this organization, it needs to be protected. That's what they want, okay, from a transactional perspective. Yeah, so we are good on that. Now let us see how we will implement these in the ISMS. Again, we need to identify the regulatory bodies, what are involved. We have done that. Determine the legal obligations. We have done that. Update ISMS to meet HIPAA requirements. This is very important now. Whatever policies, procedures, and framework that we'll be creating in order to implement ISMS, we need to make sure that we meet the HIPAA requirements as well, because now this is a regulatory requirement for us, right? And after that, conducting regular audits and reviews to make sure that this is being performed properly. Now after that, we have supplier risk management in a manufacturing company. Now we have manufacturing company, again a new case study. A manufacturing company needs to manage security risks associated with third party suppliers. So again, suppliers and regulatory bodies are there. Clear guidelines on security practices, other needs and expectations of suppliers. Compliance with industry standards like ISO 9001 is a clear requirement from the regulatory standpoint. Again, you must be getting some idea now what are the interested parties in this case and what are the needs and expectations, right? After that, you have internal communication and awareness in an IT service company. Again, IT service company is basically wanting to implement information security awareness, and interested parties in this case are employees and top management. So again, training on security policies and procedures are needs and expectations of the employees, and evidence of policy adherence is the need of the management of the organization. So I think by these case studies, by these examples, you now have got some clear idea about how to implement clause 4.2 in any organization. I hope this video has been really informative for you. If you have any questions, if you have any feedback, please feel free to add in the comment section. And if you are implementing ISO 27001 4.2 clause in a different manner, I would also like to learn more about that. Please add that into the comment section as well. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.